All right, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ruchachodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, and salutations to the men out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Nathaniel from the GMS Camp Atlanta, coming back at you through the Spirit with another lesson. And my prayer and hope is edifying. This lesson is going to be called "You Can't Fake the Standard," and the brother Yaquab, the brother Shamak, and the elder brother from the Mississippi camp, the elder Kazak, did a video a couple of days ago. And one of the things he said was, "You can't fake the standard," and you can't, because in order for a standard to be lifted for you, you have to lift up a standard for the Lord for yourself. Okay. Which basically what I mean by that is that you got to prove to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai that you're worthy of that standard to be lifted. And how do you do that? You do that by doing the work, seeking His word, and obeying what the Lord tell you to do. You see, and those are the standards that the Lord is going to be looking at when He come back. Hey, did he do what I tell him to do? Was he doing the work? Was he brotherly? Was he charitable? Was he doing all the things that he was supposed to do when I wasn't physically present? And and also too the way that the Lord wants us to do it. Because the Lord gives a strict criteria on how He wants His work done. Okay. So that goes for all of you men out there that are twisting up the doctrine to suit your own needs, to suit your own desire, your own belly, So the Lord requires for us to do what He needs us to do, but how He wants us to do it, okay? The Lord gave us direction on what He wanted us to do, all right? So I'm going to start off with Isaiah 59:18. It says, according to their deeds, right? According to their deeds. So that's the wicked and the righteous according to your deeds. So according to what you do. If you do things the way I tell you to do them and you do them the right way, you may be good. If you don't, hey, it says, according to their deeds, accordingly He will repay. So He's going to repay you accordingly to how, you did this work or not did this work. Fury to His adversaries, recompense to His enemies. To the islands He will repay recompense. So the Lord is going to come with fury to the wicked. But just like the scripture says, behold, I come quickly and my reward is with me. Okay? So the Lord is going to give a reward based off of how you behave. Okay? The Lord is going to give a reward based off of how you behave. So, and how you perform. So you want to try to perform to the best of your ability to build up the resume. Now, are you going to be perfect? No, of course not. But you got to do the best that you can. All right. Verse 19, it says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west and His glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Lord shall lift a standard against him. You see? So the Lord is going to lift up a standard against him. Who is the him? Our enemies. Okay, but you have to be worthy of that standard. The standard just, it's not just gonna be lifted upon you, when you haven't been doing what was necessary to deserve the standard. You have to deserve the standard of the Lord to be lifted up on you. The Lord got to look at you and find you worthy. All right. And that requires for you to be diligent, disciplined, honest with yourself, So, give me 1 second, I can slack you. All right, Salaki, Yakim. Yeah, as I was saying, you have to do something to deserve that standard. You have to do the work to deserve that standard. Not something. It's some things. The work has to be continuous. Okay. Now, this is Matthew 24 and I'm gonna start at verse 42. It says, "Watch therefore, for you know not what hour your Lord doeth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known, and in what watch the thief would come, like what time he was going to come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up." Right. So if you know that, if you knew that the robber was going to come in at 12 o'clock and rob you, you're going to have everything set up and ready for him. Like, you ain't about to come up in here, but you don't know. It says, therefore be ye also ready. So you have to be ready. You know what I'm saying? For the Lord. Okay? You have to be ready, man. And how do you be ready? You be ready by consistently standing this thing, consistently digging, consistently doing the work. Okay? Being consistent. Okay? All right, Salakia. So verse 44. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. So when you think, you think that you just going along as usual, doing your daily thing, thinking that, on the outside you look like you got it, but on the inside you're really not doing what you're supposed to do. Well, yeah, the Lord look at that. And you have a lot of other men that are faking it. They try to look like they're playing the part, but on the inside, or what they do behind closed doors, is not the will of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And you know what? I'm gonna get it and hold that. Give me 1 second. All right. So I'm gonna hold that. One precept I've thought about. All right. Therefore, so verse 25. Who then is faithful and wise, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? You see, to give them meat in due season. So the Lord gonna take care of us. When the time comes, we're going to get put back in our place. He's going to give us the meat. He's going to give us, what we were originally supposed to have in the first place and more. But we got to go through, we got to go through these trials and pay our punishment and show the Lord that we want it by doing what we're supposed to do. Right? It says, verse 46, and this is the point. Blessed is that servant who his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Right? So you can't fake it. This covers everything. It covers the ministry. It covers your personal life. It covers everything. Because if you're doing what you're supposed to do in the ministry, but going off in your personal life, you're still not doing it. Okay? you're still not doing it, right? So if the Lord don't find you doing what you're supposed to do, then you faking the standard, and you can't. The Lord gonna see right through that. All right. So when the time comes, and I'm gonna grab this precept right here. So 1 Corinthians 3:15. So when the time comes, well, I'm gonna start at verse 14. It says, "So when the time comes, your works and everything you do is going to be tried against fire." You see what I'm saying? So if your works don't stand up to that fire, they're gonna be burned up. It says, verse 3, 1 Corinthians 3:14 says, "Any man's work abide which he hath built thereupon on, he shall receive a reward. If any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss, but him himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire." So your works, if your works are some bullshit, they'll get burned up. Now you still gonna be saved, but you're gonna be reborn in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be the first fruits, but the first fruits, we're the ones who, Lord willing, if we be at that number, we want to be saved the very first time. We want to be the ones that's going to be that's partakers of that first dominion. You see, so that's why when you continue on in that Matthew, the next precept. As a matter of fact, I'll go back to that. It says, verse 47. It says, "Verily I shall say unto you that he shall make him ruler over all his goods." You see? Hey, be quiet. Go back upstairs. You see? So the Lord will give you, and I was going to get it, but, for the sake of time, I'm not. But when you go into the parable of the talents, the one servant took the 1 talent, he buried it. The other servant took the 2 talents and turned them into 4. The other servant took the 5 talents and turned them into 10. And the 2 servants that did something with what the Lord gave them, he made them rulers over much. So it's the same thing with this truth that what we're doing right now. This truth. The Lord is going to come back, and if he catch you doing what you're supposed to do, he'll make you ruler over much, one of the first fruits. But you can't fake that. This is not a game. This isn't something that you can just, mosey your way on through. When the Lord come back and he see what you got going on, if what you got going on ain't the standard, it's going to get burned up. Okay? This is 2 Timothy 4:2. It says, "Preach the word, be instant, in season and out of season. Reprove, exhort with long suffering and doctrine." You see? So in season and out of season, this is all a part about doing the work. This is all part of the standard. This is all a part of building your resume. That's what this is all a part of. Going out and doing the work in season and out of season. Even when you don't like it, doing the work. Even if you having a hard time, doing the work. Even when you don't feel like it, doing the work. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, you're disciplined and you're going to continue to do the work, covering all parameters. And do some of us have shortcomings in some areas? Yes, which is an opportunity for you to improve upon yourself. I have my shortcomings, and which I'm working on to improve upon, But the thing is that always strive for the mastery. Always strive for better. Don't ever sit down and be complacent. or where you are. Do better, because that's wickedness as well. When you're in a position where you're okay, and you good, but you're not striving to improve yourself. You're complacent. You're comfortable, and that comfortability eventually creates a complacency, and that complacency eventually creates destruction. You see what I'm saying? So you have to be a servant that's consistently moving, consistently doing what you're supposed to do, consistently honing yourself, consistently sharpening yourself. Okay? Now, and I'm saying that to myself too, because I definitely have my shortcomings, and I definitely need to tighten up in a lot of places. Okay? But that's when you have to have self-examination to realize where you need to be. Okay? And what you need to do. All right? So it says, this is 4 and 3. It says, for the time will come where they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teaching, having itching ears. You see, and we're seeing that right now. We're seeing men that are teaching false doctrines, things that they shouldn't be teaching. We see that everywhere, But the Lord is specifically telling his men, you don't do that, okay? You teach the doctrine, the correct doctrine, and you stay in that what you were taught. Don't try to go to the left or to the right. Stay right there in the center. All right? And this is my last precept. This is James 2:18. And it says, I'm going to start at verse 17. It says, even so, if faith have not works, it is dead being alone. So your works is what's going to be tried, what you do. It says, yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. You see that? So your works is what's going to be looked upon. Oh yeah, you said you believe, but what did you do? Oh, you said you was here to gather the sheep of the Lord, preach his word, but you didn't. As a matter of fact, you scattered a bunch of them. As a matter of fact, you condemned a bunch of them because you taught them wrong. So those are the things that the Lord is going to look upon. And a lot of men ain't taking this seriously, because you're in congregations, you getting a fat little paycheck because of all of the 501c3 donations that your congregation is getting. So you're okay with that. You're okay with the comfortability of knowing, the truth, but not teaching it. Because a lot of you cats that be out there, y'all know what the deal is. Y'all just don't want to teach it. Y'all are teaching it for filthy lucre's sake. But all those works are going to be tried, and they're going to be tried by fire. And guess what? When the enemy comes in like a flood, there will be no standard lift up against you, because you were faking it the whole time. You were telling everybody that you had it, but you didn't really have it. And when the Lord comes, he's going to make a judgment based off of the inward man, not the outward man. So unlike men, he don't care about what you look like and what status you have and what stature you have. He don't care about none of that. So his judgment is going to be made about you on the inside and what works did you do on the outside. Okay? And that right there is going to be whether or not that standard is going to be lifted up. Okay? So I pray this is edifying lesson. We'll go ahead and end it off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, B'chak Hadash, double honor to the elders and the apostle, great millstone. To the next time, Shalom. Oop.